guys, it's Lauren with Sweet Home Sewing, and this is the third time I'm making this because I keep getting my words all mixed up. Okay, so I have gone on a couple of rabbit trails the last couple of days. I have not done any more of my quilty ornaments. I'm going to, I just haven't yet. One of the little projects that I'm doing is to do with wood and paint and Mod Podge. I will show y'all those when they are done, but they're going to be my own little Christmas retro type cute little picture things, whatever, to put in the house. And then I'll make some for like spring and summer and Easter and the 4th. I'm going to do them for all the holidays and just for around the house. And I'll probably make some for in here too. But anyways, the next one is if you saw my post today that I shared a video of this girl doing this really cute little table runner. She used the hexagon. I have the Quilt As You Go hexagon. I think it says it's a 2.5 inch hexagon, but it's in here it's 2.5. Outside it's 3.5. So that is what I'm going by. I'm not going by the inside. I'm going by the outside. And what I did is I'm using my fig tree fabric. I'm using that real pretty green eyelet, and then this red that I don't know why I bought. I think I bought it almost by mistake. And the one thing that made me think of it is when she started folding them out, I think hers are stars. I think they're technically stars, but to me they reminded me of poinsettias because all I could see was the red, and to me they look like poinsettias. I tried this a minute ago, but I didn't like the way I did it. So I am totally changing everything of the way I was going to do it and go back to like how she was doing it. So I pressed my fabric. I didn't starch it. It's just because I have a lot of yardage. I didn't press it or starch it. I just pressed it. I cut 7.5 inch strips, cut the selvage off, and then subcut those into 7.5 inch squares. So it's going to be 7.5 inch square. You will have a little, I think I cut 4, because you need enough for one little octagon, hexagon, whatever it is. You're going to need 6 of them. So I did enough for 1. No, I did enough for 3. I did enough for 3. Because you need 6 for 1. Yeah, you need 6. Okay, I'm sitting there going, wait a minute. Yes, you need 6. So I cut enough for all 3, like hers is all 3. I was sitting there thinking mine's not going to be right because my mind, I'm not thinking it's gonna be cute. So it's not going to be too big, but to me it's going to be so stinking cute. Just cut your fabric however you need. You just need 6. You need 18. You're gonna have 3 kind of, I call them flowers. You're gonna have 3 flowers, and each flower is gonna have 6 pairs. So I'm gonna paint. We're gonna look down. Okay, some of mine are gonna be oblong because at first I started cutting them at 8, and where are my oblong pieces? Yeah, I started cutting mine at 8 at first. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and put these like wrong side to wrong side. I cannot talk tonight. It is making me mad. I want to put this. No. I'm wanting to put my ones that are oblong together. And with my prints, I'm going to try. Well, I said I was going to try. I guess I'll have to turn them. Are these it down here? I think these are it. Yeah. Oh, so it says 2, 4. Okay. I'm going to have to do them this. It's not going to. Let me do them this way. Actually, 1, 2, 3. 4, I'm just going to pair these up real quick and then I will count. Okay, I'm going to turn all of them this way. Actually, it probably don't matter. Probably don't matter. So we're just pairing them up. Okay, so what we're going to do, so we have our little fabric squares. What we're going to do is we're going to get our pencil and we are going to draw, we're going to trace. That's why I said that if you want to make your own hexagon template, you can even find a 3.5 inch hexagon. This need right here is 3.5, not inside, outside. You could find your own template, even a free one. There's tons of free templates on Pinterest. You could find your own free one and like trace it on, print it out, cut it out, and then trace it on cardboard, and you would have your own template. You don't have to go out and buy this. Okay? I don't want you thinking, oh, I've got to buy that to make this. No, 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 no. I know money is tight for many people because it is for us. And I bought this several years ago. So what you can do, like I said, as long as this, the outside, even if you find one that's inside is 3.5 and then you just trace inside, that's fine too. But if you can go on and of course you can make it bigger or larger. You can make whatever size you want to. This is yours. It's not, I'm saying if you want to make the same exact one. This is all I have. Just, you can print it out, and like I said, I always will print stuff out on a regular printing paper. Then I'll trace it like with a dark permanent marker, cut it out, and then I put it on like, say like an old cereal box or something like that, like you don't have, or even, well, cereal boxes to me are better because you get cardboard boxes and they just get to be too much of a hassle. But like I have like cereal boxes and I will cut them off on there. And then I have a template that won't, like, it's not paper where it's going to tear easily and all that. Do that. Anyways, so what we're going to do is we are going to sew. We're going to trace all of these. So let me get I'm not going to sit here and trace them all on camera. I'm going to go ahead, especially because my phone's about to die. So let me go ahead and get these all traced. And once I get them traced, I will meet y'all back over at the sewing machine. So I will be back. Well, I guess I actually recorded all that. I thought I had stopped it, but I didn't. Okay. So, we have all of these marked. So let's go over to the sewing machine and start sewing. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to sew on the lines. Okay, so all the lines we traced, we are going to sew right on them. Make sure your fabric is straight. Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, we are going to leave one side open. We are not going to close both sides. So I'm going to fast forward this as I get all these other sewn, and I will meet y'all back for the next step. Y'all, I got carried away. I'm sitting there in my own little world and just sewed all corners, all sides. So be careful, or you'll be doing what I'm doing and ripping the seam out. Sitting there, my mind is, yeah, pay attention to what y'all are doing. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn off my phone for a little while. I'll come back on the next step, but I've got quite a bit of these to do, and my battery is running low, and I don't want to like use it all. So I will be back on the next step. Okay, guys, I'm back. So we sewed all of our little hexagons with like right there on that line. Now what I'm doing, let me face y'all down. Now what I'm doing is I am using my ruler. I'm trimming them out, but I'm using my ruler, and right here where my 1/4 inch mark is, I am putting that on my line, my drawn line, not on my stitch line, because sometimes my stitch isn't completely on it, but on my drawn line, and then I'm trimming, and I'm doing that all the way around. That way I have exactly a 1/4 inch. You don't have to do this. You can do it by scissors and just cut. But what, baby?
I have something to tell you. I'm excited for Saturday.
Okay, go brush your teeth and get ready for bed.
Okay.
But I do this that way I have a good 1/4 inch all the way around. But that's up to you how you want to trim. A lot of times, like sometimes I'll just use my scissors and trim, but something like this is what I'm doing. Another thing that I'm going to do is when I go to press this, where my line is, where it's open, I'm going to actually fold that under, and I'm going to hit it with some steam. That way I know exactly where my fold is. That way hopefully this stays straight. So, and also we were going to have to snip off our corners, but I'm not doing that right now. And my fabric, this red fabric is directional. I made sure everything was the same direction, because I was able, like some of these, like this right here, I had drawn on the red side, but I was able to flip it over and draw on the green side where my red fabric is all going the same direction. I wanted to make sure that nothing looked off I wanted it all to be uniform. So if you're using directional fabric, just a little reminder there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep cutting these. And when I'm done cutting, we will, okay, so what I'll do is after I'm done cutting, the air, I have been sneezing all day. I'm going to trim off a little bit of my corners. And like I said, right here, where my bottom line is, where I didn't stitch open or didn't stitch closed, I'm going to fold that on both sides, hit it with an iron, and then I'm going to turn it right side out. And then I'm only going, I was going to sew all the way around. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stitch on the very, like, probably, where is my, like, say this is, I will probably, like, this is the outside right here, okay? Let me go ahead and turn this under. I'm probably going to stitch just a hair or two to the inside. That way it's right there on that edge. I'm not going to, let me move y'all down just a little bit. Just, so this is all flipped under. And I'm only going to sew like a hair or two inside that edge right there. That way I'm not all the way in. And I don't really want to go around all of this. I just, because then it gets to be too much bulk. So I'm going to do all this off camera though. So I'm going to press, like I'll press this, fold it, press it, hit it with steam, turn it inside out. And I'm only going to be stitching right on the, like just a hair off of that edge to the inside to keep this closed, and that is it. And then I will come back with the next step. The next step is actually going to start piecing all of these together. And I know this is a weird angle because I don't feel like moving up and down, up and down. But the next process is going to be, well, the next step is going to be putting these together. I'm going to go ahead though and get off. My one tomorrow will be, like I said, I will already have these turned out and I will have these stitched shut. That way we can go ahead and move right along to the second step. So I think I accidentally deleted part of the video. So what I was trying to say is I'm going to go ahead and have, like I said, have these turned out, have the opening where I turned it out stitched and stitched closed, and then we will turn these out, or then we will oh my mind, we are going to start putting them together. So that is all for tonight. This is going to be all one video. I'm not going to make part 1, part 2, part 3. So this video may be a tad bit long. I just edited part of the video and I edited quite a bit out, and then I fast forwarded quite a bit. I sped up. Let's put it that way. I sped up several parts. Hopefully this video is not too long. I know some of y'all like shorter videos. I know some of y'all like longer videos. I don't mind them. So this is probably going to be an in-between. So that is it for tonight, and I guess I'll see y'all guys in the morning. Good night. Hey guys, I am back from, I guess, last night. Okay, I got two of them together. I'm not sure how I like this, guys. It's not like, okay, so here is the first one and then the second one. And for some reason, you can see a little bit of the green in there. This is the first one. I did a little different because of all of this. I think I like that puckering up more than this. But this is, we're going to make a third one, but this is what it looks like so far. I don't know which one I like better. I don't know. What I may do is I may do another one like this and put it on the other end, and then put the full one in the middle. I guess that's what I'd do. There is no batting in here. If it was, it would be way too thick. Because if you see, like, you can kind of see right here, there's like, what I'm thinking about doing is somehow, like, because this one's the same way. What about doing some cute little buttons? Like making put a big button right there maybe? I don't know. This is kind of a little bit of a, I don't know. I've got to use it because I use my big tree fabric on it. I'm like, oh, you idiot. So, but I did press and close that up. So my little pieces are good. And now what I'm going to do in the first one, I do this every one, but for the first one, let me show y'all. Okay, so we have our piece. What we're going to do is say from this corner to this corner, we are going to draw a line. It's okay if it's a pencil because you're going to cover it up. Then what you're going to do is you're going to match these up, and then we're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to sew right here. So let's go over to the machine. Okay, so now we're going to sew that line that we just drew. Okay. Okay, cut our thread. And get our ruler so we have our little piece. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go turn it. So you have one of your little points right here where the flower is. We're going to put our ruler back on here and we are going to draw like that. So here's the opening and then our line is up here. Okay. And there are so many threads to cut. Okay. Match those sides up again. And now we are going to sew again. Cut our thread. Okay. Same thing. Turn it a little bit, and you want to make sure it goes from corner to corner, because the wider you make these, the bigger your little petals are going to be. Just match them up. Make sure all of this is out of the way and doesn't get tucked under so you don't accidentally sew it. Bulk. Okay, open it back up. We got our other little flower or petal, whatever. Draw our next. Line it up and make sure all of this is out of the way. It's so chaotic here sometimes, oh, it's ridiculous. Okay. Same thing. It can get a little bit bulky right here, but it'll be okay. Okay, everything. And y'all, this is not going to be near as perfect. I know that other girl that I saw looked really, really good and was like perfect. Mine's not going to be that way. I've never made one of these before. Okay, now we're out of hexagons. So now what we're going to do is our last one that we just sewed on. We're going to do the same exact thing. Mark our line. And then we're going to, this very first one, we're going to match our corners. Make sure some of this is out of the way. Match them and sew. I could use some red thread or even gold thread to make what looks like poinsettias and just go around in that middle. That might be good. Okay, so this is what we have so far. So now what we're gonna do, kind of try to trim some of these threads because there's a lot of them. Well, I have to show y'all what I've finished today for my house. It's so stinking cute. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna open these up. We're going to start at the corner of one of them. It doesn't matter which one. We're going to start back down here, and then we are just going to sew. Turn it around. Then I'll open that up. Where's mine? And so like right here in the middle, I kind of make sure that's together. And turn it around. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about when you do this. You'll just have to kind of work it. Sometimes they'll kind of overlap a little bit. That's okay. Hold on. That moved on me. Back up a few stitches. I just broke my needle. Oh no, I didn't. What did I? Something flew. I don't know what that was, but okay. I didn't mess my machine up just now. I have to look. I don't know what I did. Might be my needle because it sounds funky now. Already broken since I bought them. think it was the needle because now I don't hear that. Something with the needle happened. So that makes me feel better. I was freaking out that it might be my machine. So we're just doing this all the way around. So that's a nice little warning. Be careful. I'm gonna have to come over here a little bit. Okay. So this one, it looks a lot like that first one, and it's a lot better because this is a lot flatter. I think what I did is on this one, I went a little bit over, like I made my leaves a little bit bigger, so I have this little pucker. But we're not going to worry about that. Now what we're going to do, let me cut all this up, hold on. Okay, so we are going to join our two green pieces just like this, okay? And then we are going to sew. I'm just going to sew. If I can get it. I don't know which piece I got. You may have to move around like this one matches better until one matches a lot better. And we're just going to stitch that outline all the way around. I'm going to switch y'all back over to the other camera. Be right back. I should say that the other camera angle because it's still the same one. So here we go. I should have done this one more like this one, but hey, this is the first one I've ever done, so it's kind of like one of those yeah, live you learn kind of deal. I'm not mad about it. I think it's pretty. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put it. But this is it. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do for those. Hold on. I shut my door. Okay. So I think it's cute. I mean, yeah, it definitely could be better. But like I said, I've never made anything like this before. What I'm thinking about is maybe finding some gold thread and going in the middle and just kind of doing zigzag stitches or back stitching, and that way it'll kind of close that. But what do y'all think? I like them both ways. I like them full like this, but then I like them more separate. You know what would be pretty? y'all, I got an idea. Let me take this little sucker in there. Hold on. I'm thinking about you could do a different, like, layer it. That's a cute idea. Because you know how poinsettias are different layers? Okay, now we're cooking with chicken, or bacon grease. Whatever the saying is. Okay, so, hear me out. We still have leftover fabric. Okay, so let's take one of these, probably get several. What did I do with my pencil? There it is. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all. So, as long as we have a 1/4 inch, we could probably get 3 out of 1. Y'all, we are going, oops, I didn't get a 1/4 inch out of there. That's okay. Maybe we won't. Okay, let's go back over to the machine. Whee! I didn't pause it. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. Guys, look at us. Look at us. So I'm just doing like I did with the hexagons. Top stitching right there on that line. And we're going to leave one side open. And I'm going to do this next one. Okay, I might not be able to do that. I'm just going to kind of see how this goes. Okay, let's switch camera angles. Now y'all get a raw view of my wonderful little self. So same thing. 1/4 inch. Go this way first. Okay, I'm going to go over to the iron and press these, and I will be right back. Okay, these are a little bit more of a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie. They're not the prettiest. Let's see here. We could sew these right here. Right there in the middle. I may do that. We could just sew them right there in the middle, and then leave these to where they are not Don't sew these down, just sew right here. That way they may like curl up some, give it some definition. Let's try. I'll be right back. Okay, look at there. And now we have some definition. And then we can just sit there and do that to all of them. And what we can do is afterwards, then we can get some like gold thread. I'm going to put this in here so I don't lose it. I'm going to put this one back in here so I don't lose it. Where did my little one go? My little one's right here. I've got stuff everywhere. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think it's going to be cute. I wonder if I can get one from here. No, I can't. I think that will kind of hide some of those perfections. Yeah, it'll cause a little bit more work, but I think it'll look good. It'll give it some definition. And then, like I said, we can use some, like, you can either do embroidery floss or just thread. And, or you could do buttons, little gold, like goldish yellow buttons, and use those. What do y'all think? I'm just going to have to, I got 16 more to go, because there's 18 total. So I'll need to make 16 more. But I should be able to get, because I've got all of these scraps still, and I still got yardage left. So I should still be able, let's see here. Let's see, let's see, let's see. And I'm so sick of hitting my knee on this stinking thingamajig. Okay. Let's see how many we can get. How about that? Okay, we have 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll have plenty. So one thing is right here, it's okay if it doesn't go, if you don't have a 1/4 inch, because you got to trim that off anyways. So now these are a pain in the butt, I'm not going to lie, to turn out. But it can be done. You may need to do a little bit more snipping as far as working like that one area, that one side closed, but it's doable. And it may not look perfect, but on it, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I mean, you really can't tell. So I got all these threads I need to cut. So what do y'all think? Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to go ahead and, I knew this was going to be a longer video. What I'll have to do is I'll have to work on this. I may work on this here in a little bit. And I may do one flower at a time. And then when I'm done fully with it, then I can let y'all know. But I want to go ahead and get this uploaded so y'all can do it. So, I mean, like I said, I posted the video of the girl doing it yesterday. Hers, of course, looks better than mine. Or his. I don't know. It didn't show her face. I think it was a girl. I could be wrong. I mean, theirs look better than mine. I've never made one of these before. So, just bear with me. But I think it'll be cute with the second layer on it. I think it'll hide like the imperfections of these, and it will also, another thing, it may also like help close that up where that's not open. But I think some cute little mini buttons might be cute in here to look at the poinsettias. So I've got my work cut out for me now to finish these. So I'm gonna get off here for now. I'm gonna probably do another video on something that I made. I'm gonna show y'all, but I'm not gonna do it right now. So I guess that's all for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and get it uploaded. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.